Good morning. Welcome to Church on the Net. Hope you are having a great day so far. It was spring ahead. I hate the time changes. I just do. Anyhow, hope you're having a good day and you have a great day. So, something's been running across my mind. I want to take a verse in 1 Timothy and kind of play with a little bit, not to change the meaning or anything, but I think we overlook so much, especially with some of the feedback I've been getting lately. Excuse me. So the verse is 1 Timothy 4:12. And you may have heard this, especially if you were in church when you were a kid. This is one that gets quoted back and forth to adults from kids, but there's way more to it than what I think we see. And it basically says, don't let anyone look down on you because you're young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. And that is a whole lot. It sounds simple, but that's a whole lot. So, here's the thing. As we progress in age, if we forget or stop learning from people and from our own circumstances, then we're not growing anymore, and we're going to begin to die. There's two ways to die. You can die physically. We all know that. And you can die spiritually. And that has a tag on it, because when you die spiritually, you begin to die emotionally, which can lead to all sorts of depression, can also lead to beginning to die mentally and kind of losing yourself. It's just not a healthy place to be. And many times we've isolated ourselves because this society teaches that. We've isolated ourselves so much that there's no one there to give a helping hand. And I've heard this before, that I've heard several people say that the Bible says not to lean on anybody, just to lean on the Lord. And people, that's just not the truth. We do need to lean on the Lord. I agree with that. But you need to lean on the people that He put in your life. And you need to allow each other to lift each other up, to propel each other forward. We teach that in our program a lot because of that whole learning principle between those two great kings, Saul and David, one who never learned how to lean and died and was wealthy beyond anyone in the world that's ever been seen, and probably ruled most over the world. Even more people believe, scholars believe, more than Alexander the Great or the Roman Empire. So, and then one who screwed up all the time, but leaned so hard that he was known for being kind of like a friend of God, or the man that sought after His heart, which is a huge thing that I would love to aspire to do. That's what I try to do, because I'm not perfect. I mess up all the time. Just ask my family. But I think that we need to stop and just say, don't let people look down on you. We all have problems. And, we have some pretty big, tough guys that I wouldn't want to mess with in a dark alley. But you know what? They're people, and they have pure hearts of gold underneath whatever, the same as most of us do. We just isolate ourselves and close ourselves off because we've been hurt. Now, here's the thing. You can do that, gentlemen, and ladies, you can too. I mean, you can decide to isolate yourself and not be involved in experiences in life. However, it's just going to make you old and bitter and nasty. No matter how good you look on the outside, if the inside's rotten, nobody eventually is going to want to be around it, and it's just going to add to that spiraling out of control staircase going down that just has no end when you begin to believe that there's nothing left for you to do but to commit suicide or just be angry and nasty all the time. And what good does that do you? What good does that do you? So I was thinking about this, because we don't do this anymore. But set an example for the believers. in speech. I understand that language can be a hard thing to master when you're using foul language. And some of it we consider cuss words or dirty words are just inappropriate words. When the Bible looks at a curse, it's like using the Lord's name in vain, or saying, you know, God damn it, or hell, go to hell, or you know, you just say Jesus's name inappropriately. Those things you need to quit. You need to stop it. There's no excuse for it. Stop it. Some of the other words that are just inappropriate, just don't do it. And you know, my mom always was she was so awesome. But she's like, you know, if you can't say the right words or using a lot of words that just don't mean anything, then you're just not intelligent enough to use them. I don't. I think that it's an addiction. It's a habit we got to get over. But you got to strive to do it. You got to strive to do it. And I know I get people that get mad, and some that have even left the program because I'm like, clean your language up a little bit. It's not that it offends me. It's whatever. But it is that you make yourself look not as presentable or not as intelligent as you actually are, because you all are intelligent. You know, speech is a big thing. In conduct, how do you behave? You know, you are what you act like. That's simply said. In love, in faith, in purity. I think one of the hardest things that we have to deal with when a gentleman comes into the program is the whole purity issue and what you want to do. Gentlemen, contrary to popular belief, you are not animals. You can hold it. You can. It's not easy. It's tough. The drive is overbearingly incredible. Nobody will understand it from a male's point of view, but a male. Sorry, ladies, you don't get how hard that drive is. However, God has also said in his word that he will not give us more than we can bear. So get a grip on it. Get a grip on that overdrive, and let somebody walk with you through it if you can be that vulnerable, because you will succeed. Don't let people look down on you, whether you're young, old, or whatever. But set an example, guys. Ladies, set an example for what you want and who you are. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to support us, and God bless you.